Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to edit your Bosscart website. So each page is comprised of essentially 4 different elements. You've got a header, and then you have a series of different blocks, and then within each block you have columns, and then within each column you have different widgets. Right. So let's start with each block. So every block has some style options. So to edit a block, you just want to hover over the general area of your website and you'll see the corresponding block. Right. So if we go down to this area, if we hover over it, it brings up a series of options. So this paintbrush here is how you edit the styling of the block. So if we click that, you'll see that we can add a background image, we can add a background color. If we wanted to have a background color, we have to delete the background image, and then the background color will show. We can add a parallax effect. We've got some settings here for that. We've got an image description, which we went over in the SEO video about the importance of adding a description for your images. You can add a background overlay, which is important if you want your text to pop. If you have text that's kind of the same color as the background, it's going to be hard for people to see, especially on their phone. You know, people squinting on their phone, they'll hit the back button in a heartbeat. So an overlay is a great way to do that. We have that option here. And then you can add an anchor point. So if you wanted a menu, like if you wanted to place on the menu, you know how when you click, like on one-page websites, you can click different menu items and it just scrolls down to a particular section of the same page. That's how you would do that. So we would call this part, content section. And then we could go into the menu settings and actually add a link to an anchor point, and it would scroll down to this part. I go over the menu in the heading video, so if you want to check that out, go check that out. And then we can add a class name. So this is advanced. If you wanted to add some custom CSS to this section, this is how you would identify this area, this block in your CSS. So those are the design settings of each block. And then the very next icon here is the resize option. So we can make the content within your block full width, which will stretch everything out to the edges, or boxed. And then we can also have the height. If the height is normal, it'll just stretch to however much space that you add there. Whatever content that you put there, it'll just fit that content. But if you go full height, it'll always match the height of the computer screen. So it's almost like you're looking at slides as you're going down. And then you have an option here to make it go full screen on mobile as well, because it's not going to automatically do that. I would suggest that if you're going to go full height. And then the third option here is these little 6 dots here. So basically this will allow you to drag and drop this particular block. So if we click and hold it, we can go up and down, and then the blue is just going to indicate where we're dropping it to. So now we just moved it up above this section, and then you can just click and drag it back down, and it's going to slowly make its way back to where it was. So that's how you can rearrange the order of your blocks. And then we have the copy widget option. So we just click that, and then it will add it up here to this copy. It's basically a clipboard area. And then we go to wherever we want to paste it. It could be anywhere on the website, and we just drag it. Boom. And it adds it right there. So if you want to have each section have the same sort of layout, that's a good way to do that. You just keep dragging it and copying it and pasting it, and then just change the content that's in it so everything stays pretty consistent. And then the last option is we go here, and then there's the just delete it in the trash can. So those are the block options. Now we have the column options. So within each block, like I said, there's settings for the columns. So all we got to do is just click it, and it'll bring up those settings. So same sort of deal as the blocks. Like we can add a background image, we can add a background color. If we get green, as you can see, there's green. We added an overlay, it'd be the same sort of deal where you want to make the letters pop. You can also add a top margin, so this will slide the content up, which will give it a cool look. So like if you wanted to go over here to this column and then slide this image up a little bit just to make it sort of 3D, we could do that. So that way when we're scrolling up and down, it kind of goes up over top. Back to where we're at. So now we got this thing over top. Here we go. So now we got a little bit of a 3D effect. It's not perfect. I wouldn't do it like this, but that's what that function does for your design. Now I gotta get this. Yeah, I gotta get this up out of here. All right. And then also the content alignment. So by default, everything just starts at the top and then just sort of fills in at the bottom as you add widgets. But you can also center it in the middle so that the columns are like aligned from the middle, or you can align it from the bottom. So you see how this is sliding down to the bottom of the section, and then this is going up to the middle, and this is moving up to the top. You're seeing this move because there's a spacer down here that it's basically aligning it with. That's why it's moving up and down. And then also you can add a border. So you can actually add a border, hit the size, do it like that. You can add a shadow, inner or outer. As you can see, it's showing up right there. If you wanted to make it blue, add a shadow, the radius. You can adjust the settings however you please. And then you can make this a global column. So what this means is you can add this column anywhere on your website, and all of the changes are reflected on the different instances of the column, right? So if we just call this, we're gonna call it support. So yeah, anywhere you want to add this particular column, you would just choose support and it will load this same exact content. And if you make the change anywhere on the website, it'll still reflect that change. Also, those are the settings, but also within the column, there's some different padding and spacing options. So you have, when you go to the edges, you have this skinny bar, the skinny vertical bar. This gives you your padding for the edges. So as you see right here, we don't have much space between the edges, so we can just do that. And then on the top, we have the same deal. And then we have this bar right here is the outer edge. So this will determine the actual full width of the column, right? So that's how you style the columns. Now, for each widget will have its own independent set of settings, right? So for text, you can either double click to edit it, or you can just click it and click edit. And then there's also an animation option, which will show up for every single widget, which makes your website look smooth and dynamic. It flows in, you can have it zoom in as you're scrolling, just like that. And then the speed tells you how fast it's going to do it. And then the delay tells you how long it waits before it does it when you're scrolling past it. So also there's an option to copy, just like there was for the blocks. There's an option to copy each widget. You just click it, hit copy, and it'll show up there as a text, and then boom, you can copy it just like that. And when you're done copying it, just clear it out so you know what's what. And then once again, there's the delete option. So you just click delete. Yes, I want to delete. And then different widgets will have different options. So it's just like when you edit text, you're gonna have the whole WYSIWYG here. Every change you make, what you see is what you get. And then for text, we can add whatever styling classification that we're going to have for that text. You can have your different fonts here. You're going to have whether you want to bold it, italicize it, size, line height, the text color, the background color, bullets, numbers, alignment, whether you want to add a link to a specific word, if you want to add a picture to a text block, or if you want to clear the styling. Also, certain items will allow you to change the alignment of it, like an image. You just click the settings here and you can align it to the left, align it to the middle, align it to the right. And then some items will let you add a link. And adding a link is really easy in Bosscart because it gives you a lot of options. You can add it to a particular page, because sometimes the page names will change, and so the URLs will change, so that breaks the links on your website. But this allows you to just add it to that page, so no matter what changes about that page, the URL, name, etc., it'll always link to that particular page. And you can also add it to different products in the store. You can add it to different categories specifically. You can add to any URL on the internet. You can add it to any point on the website. As you saw earlier, I added an anchor point to the block, so you can have it go to an anchor point. You can have a file, so you can have a file pop up when someone clicks the button. It makes it really easy for download pages. You just have a nice button, and then you just choose the file there. If you don't have it there, upload it. Boom, it's there. You can also have a pop-up. If you built the pop-up already, you would just select it right here. You can have it open up an email box. So if you have a button that says email me, or an image that says email me, you would just add your email here, and then when they click it, it would open up an email, a send email, whatever app you have for that will open up. And then also you have a click to call button link that you can add to any item too. So it makes it really easy to create links for your website, or you can just have stuff open up in a light box there. So these are the different widgets over here. You have the heading widget, you have a text widget, button, icon section, which is what we have going on up here. It's going to give you an icon, a headline, and some text. It's an icon section. You have just an icon, and there's a ton of different icons to choose from for free. You just choose whatever you want, type in anything. You can go arrow and just pick anything. Boom. Edit the size, color. Once again, have it link anywhere you want. You can add an image, you can add a menu, any kind of menu, just like you would have in the header. You can add a menu anywhere. You can add spacing. If you feel like you're not getting the spacing you need within the section, you can just drag and drop the spacing. Same pretty much goes for the separator. It's going to be just like the spacing, except there's going to be a vertical line, and you can change the color of the line, etc. You can add photo gallery. You can add a slider. Sliders will we have here in the header. So if we were to click this, you can edit the slides here, and you can edit all the images that show up, and then the paintbrush here will help you style it and how to customize it. And then we have social media links that you can add. You can actually add an audio file, which is great if you're selling music. If you have music, it's a secure link. You can't download from it. So you just add an audio file there and just upload an MP3, and boom, you've got music on your website. Pretty cool. You can have an autoplay too. Pretty cool. That's why Bosscart is great for musicians. You can sell your music in such an easy way. It's really not complicated like a lot of other systems are for selling music and digital products. You can also add a video. It's best for YouTube, Vimeo. Those are probably the best ways to add videos here. I wouldn't upload videos to Bosscart just because it's so slow. but I would stick with one of those platforms and just add the URL of the video there and it'll pop up there. Also, we have a checkout widget. So if your plan allows checkout and e-commerce and products, and you'll be able to add a checkout widget to any part of your website. A store widget will just display all of your products. For the blog, you can add your latest post to your blog. Code, you can add any code here you want. If you want to embed anything, you want to add embed a beat store, you want to embed some other kind of video platform that you have a video hosted on, you can just embed a video there. And widgets, Twitter feeds, you can basically add anything using the embed. Well, it's the code, not the embed. The embed that's basically like code, but it's more like you add a URL and it pulls the embed code from it and embeds it. Countdown widget. If you're selling anything and you need to add some scarcity to it, countdown widget is a great way to do that. It's great for landing pages. You just customize when the countdown ends, and boom, and you tell it what you want the page to do once the countdown's over. You can have it go to a different page, you can have it show a pop-up, you can have it show a message like sorry, or you can have it do nothing. Probably wouldn't have it do nothing because that would basically mean you lied about whatever it was that you were counting down to. Last few widgets, we have a map. You can add a Google map, add in the address, it'll throw a map on your page. You have the payment form, you could collect any type of payments. It could be a donation, it could be a regular payment. You just connect your whatever payment app that you use, whether it's Stripe, software, PayPal, etc. And you can collect payments with the form. Really easy. Every page on your Bosscart site is SSL encrypted, so you're protected from that standpoint. You can add a portfolio, show all your portfolio items. In another video, I'll show you how to set up a portfolio. And then you can add a search bar. So it'll allow people to search your website. So those are the different widgets, and each widget, you can actually style each widget. I didn't go into the styling of the widget, so we went into like these options up here, but we can also, when you go to the edges of a widget, you can actually change the width using these two little double caret icon here. Right, so anytime you have something that's too wide or you want to make it skinnier, that's how you would do it. Right, you see how that's doing that? Because this is centered, it's just squeezing it in. If it were aligned to the left, it would just squeeze it towards the left margin. But essentially that's it. That's how you make changes. Everything is drag and drop. You can just drag it wherever the blue line is, that's where it's going to go. And then between each block, you've also got some padding going on. So as I'm scrolling, you're seeing these little horizontal bars here at the edge of each block. That's going to add padding for you. So if we go on to the top or the bottom, go to the top, it'll stretch the white part. You go to the bottom, it'll make this image a little wider, right? So that's how that works. That's going to add your padding. But yeah, that's how you style your website from a technical standpoint, going down and dirty between the different widgets and stuff like that, and customizing each page. What I didn't go over is how to add a block. You can add a block on each section and just add any of these pre-made blocks. The bio just drops it right there. And you can go in and style it however you please. So it's really dope. In the footer, everything that you change in the footer changes across the entire website. It's, you change it here, you go to another page, it's going to have the same footer. Unless you want to hide it for that page, then you can hide the footer. And I go over that in another video too. So This video is getting kind of long, but hopefully after watching this, you feel comfortable enough to go in, get down and dirty with making changes to your website. So until next time, if you have a comment, think this video is trash, let me know in the comments below. I'll do another one, or or not. Till next time, peace.